man's saying, hey, here's another video where we're gonna be basically diving into bosses designs and elements to bosses that I think could be worked on. Right, so when you look at your basic boss, can you see why, because the average person, yeah, they're gonna understand why you like cars. And if you tell the average person why you like buses, they're gonna look at you with a side eye, bro. Right. So you see when it comes to bosses, yeah, this is a perfect example of this. And this is something that pisses me the fuck off. Because look at it, yeah. You got the window frame curving up here as it gets to the side, only by a thread. Like it waits for the body to curve to the side only by a thread, and then it stops there, you know. And then you got the nice light clusters curving with it as well. You got this nice shaping going on here with the lights as well. I like that. You got all this unique shaping here. Now you get onto the side. Nothing's tracing on from the fucking front to the side. It's all flat. It's all basic, boring, straight parts. It just looks boring. The top's nice with like the curved objects and whatnot, but the side, shit. Whereas when you look at a car, you can even look at a normal car, like a Toyota Yaris or something. Even a normal car is gonna have like a bit of curving that's leading on not just from the front, but to the side, to the rear. The side's not looking all flat. Even on a normal car, it's not even like, do you get my point here? It's not even just fancy sport cars that get all the looks and that. Even the normal Astra that's strolling past you in the street, bro. Like, you see that? Like, the way it's curving, yeah, it curves onto the side a bit with the wheel arches from the front, you know? And like that's clear because you can see this bit here in the middle, it's curving inside, but then you got the wheel arches that are curving their way to the front like that. And then you got the scaly bit right here cutting it out a bit. You see what I'm talking about? You got this scaly bit right here that's like basically putting an end to the wheel arches curvature round towards the front. It's connections like this. It's connections like that, and even pre the lights, yeah, you'll see a wall curvature that's leading on from the light all the way down to the side like that. See, it's not even just this thing. Let's look at a fucking Golf GTI. You'll see how many normal cars, yeah, because I need to show you, man, this, yeah, because all you Boston futures, like, you look at buses, you just call them beautiful, and then you wonder around people are cool, well, turning around, like, giving you side eyes and that, like, what? Like, bruv, yeah, when you look at this thing, yeah, see how the front is not just forward faced. There's too many shit with buses, yeah, where the front is just forward faced. You see what I'm talking about? It's basically just mainly facing the front. Nothing's really leading on from the front and towards the side like that. You get what I mean? Okay, the only bit, fair enough, yeah, is this bit here. You see how it curves up there and then it goes round, but that's a bit boring. That's a bit too straight leading onto the side. Come on, you need some more creativity there. And look at this E400, fully flat faced onto towards the front. Fully flat faced on towards the front. Every side is individual. There's nothing leading on from no sides, no connection. And that just leads it to feel more boxy. You get what I mean? For its age, yeah, for a boss, it's still a dead design, but for a boss in boss standards, it's still okay, you know. But Gemini one, still nothing's leading on from the front to the side, but the designing, the designing by the front is actually low key, actually quite good, you know. I love them lower lips. And then you got the right logos stood there proud in the center like that. I mean, you can very vaguely see, oh, this is another thing. They haven't made it so that the right logo is only visible if it's painted in a different color from the rest of the boss's body. They've imprinted it into the design, and I like that. So that even if these men decide to refurbish the thing, you can still kind of see a bit of details at the front and whatnot. You know what I mean? Gemini wants a boss that, when you look at it from the front, it doesn't look too bland like that compared to other bosses. But then, yeah, just look at a car, right? Your average car. Yeah, you got this headlight connecting onto this black thing in the middle, and then the logo's right there in the center. just awkwardly just like putting our half against all this shit connecting from the lights on the black bit. And then you got this bit here. Yeah, you see this black bit that's leading on from the side. This is another thing. This is another example of connection from other sides of the car on towards the front. And you can tell, yeah, when you look at a car, yeah, wait, front face Ferrari GTO. Yeah, that's the front face of it, yeah. Wait. Let's look at them now. Let's look at this one. Yeah. When you're looking at it, you can see, even just by looking at the front, you can see there's a whole variety of curvature of angles leading forward to the front to give you a nice glistening eye of the car. You know, it's like looking at a work of art. When you look at the front of a fucking bus, it looks dead flat. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, what the fuck is that? In comparison, what the fuck is that? Even this, what the fuck is that? Like, actually, yeah, this design is actually alright for a bus, you know. There's still some stuff kind of leading onto the front like this. It's got a nice front face with the way this bit's curving and the lights are curving with it. And then the way they haven't left it so flat up here, they've actually made it lean out forward a bit and curve a bit. The frame that the blind is on, I like that, you know. But then when you get onto the side, you can see it's mainly focused on a flat front face. Nothing's really leading onto the side from the front, apart from this little weak slab of the light, you know. But then again they've kind of given it some attitude, yeah. See what most bus manufacturers would do, yeah, in this angle, yeah. Obviously they got to make the window go up for the side, yeah. But what most manufacturers would do with buses, yeah, they wouldn't even like do it smoothly like that. They would make it fully like separate from the front. There would be no connection here onto the front window. You see how the side window is almost level with like the front window, almost like where the window starts, yeah, where the viewing part of the window starts, it's in line with the front window. But this black bit, there could have been something accommodating that from the front, you know. But you see what I'm talking about? Like most buses, yeah, if this was like an ADR bus, for example, I guarantee you this window would be just starting off all the way up here flat. It wouldn't even be going all along down here in connection like that. So that's kind of giving the side a bit of identity compared to other buses, let's say, you know. But then apart from that, flat. You know, when see buses, yeah, when they're brand new and fresh, it's calm. Yeah, but as they start to get older, yeah, the fronts can look okay, the rears can look okay. Then when you look at the sides, because it's so flat already, the gruttier it gets. It's just it starts to look more battered. But when you look at a car can be covered in dust, bro. A car can be covered in dust and still look like a work of art. Tell me I'm not wrong. Tell me I'm not wrong, bro. But then let's look at a dusty bus. Yeah? Yuck, bro. What the fuck am I looking at right here, bro? Like serious thing. Like it just looks like you're looking at a sack of shit when you're looking at a dusty old bus. Do you get me? When you're looking at a bus that's covered in mess, bro, it looks like you're looking at a sack of fucking shit, bro. But a car can still remain in its glistening identity when you look at it, bro. A car can still glisten in the dust. A car still looks grand, even when you cover it with fucking cloth, even when it's in dust. You see that nice sleek shaping. It's a variety of shit going on down here, man. It's not just flat and boring. It's not just predictable, straight designs where what you'd see on a bus in comparison. Do you get what man's saying here, G? You know, there's a whole variety of range of creativity and identity. It's like these people that design these cars, yeah. they inflamed their whole spirit into it. Like it's like they put their whole spirit and like energy when they're doing these. Like, let's take a look at a car sketch, for example. Sketching of a car. When you look at these car sketches, it's like there's a lot of there's a whole lot of emotion. This is what these designers are doing before they 3D model it and then they eventually make it into real life. They first sketch it, yeah, from a whole wide range of views. You can see they put in their whole soul and emotion when they're designing these shits. So even look at this, yeah. The front face is still connected to the side. Do you see this? This is like a Lamborghini Aventador. Yeah, the front face and the rear view, even the rear side, is curving onto the side. You can still see the identity. You can still see the emotion of the front and the rear from the side view. But you see the side of a bus, yeah? Like, bro, bro, bro. And you hear certain bus enthusiasts calling shit like this beauty, bro. Are you having a laugh? What's so beautiful about that? Like, don't get me wrong, there's certain buses, yeah, man's a fan of. And if you know me already, yeah, I'm a fan of the electrics because number one, they're pleasant. They don't rock your ass about. Number two, yeah, their power deliverance is way more smoother and crisper and faster than all the raggedy old diesels, even some hybrids too. And number three, there's just a pure vibe. You don't feel like you're stepping into a grotty piece of shit when you step on an electric bus, bro. Like you don't smell no fuel, you don't smell no oils. It just smells crisp. It feels crisp. It feels smooth. It feels like you can actually relax and shit, bro. And their designs for the electric shit, they're getting sleeker, bro. I'll be real with you. For me personally, the designs on these electrics are getting a bit more identity. Like when we look at right Electroliner, right. Obviously, that looks plain as shit, bro. But you know what I like about the GB Kai? Yeah, it's got some big windows down by the side, and that kind of make gives it a nice image. See, there's a lack of buses with big enough windows, and I feel like buses look a bit, bro. I don't understand why I Right Bus didn't keep this like glade, bro. What? Wait, this is one with the Vision Zero front that's got a fucking glazed staircase. Why don't we have it on our London ones, bro? See, it's stuff like that bosses need to have more of stuff like that gives the side a bit more identity than just straight windows. Not even it doesn't even have to be glazed staircasing to make the side have a bit more identity. Maybe you actually make the wheel arches curve out a bit more so it looks a bit more buff. We need a boss that actually looks buff like that one day. Like big man thing, you don't see no buses roaming about your street that actually look muscular like I'm not talking about like you need a spoiler on the bus, you need a bus looking very aerodynamic. No, 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 no. But at least a bit close to that. Like at least make the sides you have like dashes like a car. Like there's this dash thing going on with cars that I love. Side profile of a car, of the sports car. Every car, yeah, you'll notice in the middle on the side, they all got this nice iconic dash to them. And they're not all the same too. See this one, yeah? You see this dash here? That gives it identity, bro. And it's not like it's curving in the middle of nowhere, bro. Bus manufacturers take notes. Yeah, it swiftly curves on towards the whole like frame that's leading towards the front. Same with this car, yeah. It dashes, and they're not all the same too. They're not the same, bro. Look, it dashes, yeah, and then it dashes down there with this black bit accommodating it, and then this thing carries it on and loops right round. See, every car's got that unique dash to it by the side. I mean, it's a common thing with sports cars, to be fair, but I've noticed it on normal cars too. They all have this dash. It kind of gives it like a flaming image. It spices it up, bro. Big man thing. A lot of cars just have this dashing thing going on by the side. See how it curves up like that and flicks its way across like that. Proper motion that's put into that, bro. Even here, there's a vague dash here, you know. Bro. When you look at the cars, they look elegant. They look proud to be there. But bro, the E400, yeah. Alright, no, and Rav 400. When you look at a bus, yeah. When you look at your average bus, the MMC, yeah, I can't lie. The front on the MMC kind of looks grand, you know. But then looking onto the side, meh, what's that? And in the rear, the creativity comes back to the rear and it leads on from nowhere. Where's that creativity going on to now? It's just ended at the rear. Nothing's really been shown onto the sides. Although I like how there's this one thing about the MMC and Vara 400s, yeah. These third generation and Vara 400s, yeah, that I like. You see how the vent, yeah, curves along in the same direction that this rear window's giving like a little flick, giving a bit of attitude there. That's the only bit on the side, yeah. It's only this window, yeah, and this vent here, yeah, that kind of like it kind of spices up the side of the MMC a bit. The other bits, curving windows around and that, pretty much every boss does that. Let's be real, you know, pretty much everybody. See, like, right. It's only when the livery comes in place, yeah. It's only when they actually add like different colors coming in, yeah, that it actually like, bro, why can't we have more of this shit, bro? Like, not even just for this side, yeah, but like maybe if there was like like maybe not even just for like glaze and staircase, but maybe if you did that zigzag thing on the other side, but you made it as if like the wall kind of folds in a bit instead of it being a window, because obviously you can't do the same on the left side because there's electric components in there. Or can you? Can these manufacturers actually make another, another um another glazed bit on the left side? Because I actually want to bust with that, where both sides actually have this zig thing going on, this zigzag thing going on with the window. Both sides, not just the right side, you know. See, the city, yeah, you usually see it present with a flipping, you usually see it present with a flick here. Once again, look how much plain it looks without that. You get what I'm saying? Um, like, I can't lie. Yeah, this side profile for a boss is actually quite neat. With the flicks going on with the black bits, you know, I like that. Spicing it up, and even the way the front curves. This is a boss here where I look at it and I'm like, okay, it's not that bad, but down to the lower bit where the windows are, the doors are, maybe if this thing had a flick here and it had a flick going across down there, like it had a flick going there, and then the wheel arches were buffed up, that would spice this thing up a bit more. Now maybe if this bit here, yeah, kind of had a flick there with the black bit, it would look locally complete. But then when you look at this shit, bro, you look at this shit and you're like, bro, what am I looking at? Some flat piece of metal with some only bit of curved windows. That's it. Straight vents that look ugly as fuck. You know. Apart from this bit, yeah, I do. If there's one thing I do like about the hybrid Envaros, it's their honeycomb like vents. That is some nice creativity right there, but it's not the right boss to put that shit onto, bro. The Enviro body's not the it's not the right boss to put that honeycomb unique shape and shit onto, bro. You could have saved that for this thing, bro. I reckon to you, yeah, if these had honeycomb vents, they would have been complete. They would have been complete, bro. And like this is a boss, yeah, with the whole styling, bro. Like it actually kind of grabs your attention. It's not even just got like a straight front window. Like it kind of curves down a bit, you know. And they didn't get themselves too hyped up, bro. I love this connection it does, bro. The way it zigzags its way through, and they didn't just leave it there. Even though there's no window, they added on a black bit to complete it, bro. And then it goes all the way up in and does a dash here. You know what I like about ADL, yeah? They renovated it. They improved it a bit after the city. They improved it a bit after the Hybrid City because the Hybrid City has some large gap. You see the top deck here, the Hybrid City between the staircase glaze and this bit, it's a large gap, bro. And I never used to deep it before, bro, until I saw these fucking EV cities come into play. I never deeped how further back that fucking window is, bro. Now it looks so off to look at, bro. Big man thing. Now it looks off to look. It looks bare off to look at. The way this window here is bare further apart, bro. I like how they low key improved that with the flipping EV. You see what man's talking about right here, bro? I like that, man. And then, bro, if there's one boss here I hate, bro. It's, bro. I don't understand why if certain enthusiasts get gassed over this shit, bro. These first fucking no, these X first generation Gemini 2s, yeah. They look musty as hell, bro. The styling on the side, bro. They look musty, bro. They look washed. See, Right Boss kind of saved themselves when they were doing the second gen ones. That looks a bit cleaner. But you see these fucking, they look so fucking washed, bro. They look washed. They look rutty, G. They actually look rutty. You got that nice smooth front styling. I like what Right Boss did with the clusters here, and then you got this nice loopy window right here. Come onto the side. No, it's not even just the fucking windows, bro. It's the wank ass interior lights too. Bro, this is 2012, yeah? And interior lights already looking like this. Interior lights are looking like this, bro, and the boss is 2012. That's saying something, bro. Now compare that to a fucking right Electroliner. Compare that, yeah, to this. This looks a whole lot more grander. It would have been even better, yeah. See this bit here, yeah. It would have been better if like a part was like tracing along and then did a nice flick here, right in the center. That would have spiced it up a bit. But no. I'm being menting, yeah. I'm not gonna go away from the street deck just yet. You see the street deck MK2? Yeah, they spiced it up from the MK1 because the MK1 looks more flatter by the front. Yeah, it's got that loopy front round window, but in comparison, yeah, when you look at the amount of folding that's going on, there's a fold. I was like, when I look at the MK2 one, yeah, bro, even the fucking, this is Vision Zero fronting, yeah. When I look at the lights, actually low key look quite long in there, bro. Load up the picture, my guy. Fuck is you doing, bro? What the fuck is my thing doing, man? Get out of here. Right, let me just show you something, bro. When you compare that to just that, when you compare, yeah, it's fucking. Where's the picture? Where's the picture? Where's the picture? When you compare this, yeah, it's a lot more basic, predictable, loops round, slightly curved framework by the front, side, round. When you compare that, yeah, when you compare that to this, bro, you got this organic shaping. It's sharply done. It's curving sharply. And this is a bit where a lot of boss manufacturers here don't even bother to spice up. But the framework from the fucking the bit that the display's holding on to. Yeah, most boss manufacturers just leave that flat like this, but Right Boss spiced up and made the edges curve on. I like that, and even the front window top deck is curving sharply like that. and then it leads onto the side. Like it kind of just leads onto the side. That really you've spiced it up, mate, and you've given it nice work. And it's not just that; it doesn't just end there, bro. You don't just end there, bro. What the fuck you think this is, man? Like, bro, when you look at the shit, bro, let me just fucking view the picture, bro. Bro, the shape, bro, the shaping by the front. Aye. There's a lot more going on here. Even the way the light cluster curves on towards the fucking, and it just dives in it, bro. There's a lot more going on already. Shit. Even look at the way the light clusters do that zigzag thing. And it doesn't stop there. It folds in. It folds outwards, and then the lights just finally sit on top. Aye, shit, man. But then, of course, less creativity goes onto the side. Looks a bit bland. But the front, however, the front is actually low-key quite cool. Look, when you look at all these parts folding across here, yeah, as the window dips there, this part dips here too, this part dips here too, and then you got the right boss. It's all curving down towards this right logo sitting in the center. The logo representing this boss's identity, looking there proud. Hi, that is some rare shit you see coming into play boss designing, bro. That I feel like we need more of, bro. We need more shit that comes into play like that, more creativity with our boss designs like that, bro. Big man thing. Big man thing, bro. It's just a shame how it kind of leads on flat towards the side, which is pretty much a shame.